Everybody hear me?
Yes.
Everybody mute your phone if you're not talking. Mute your phone. Mute, mute, mute.
David,
It's my pleasure. You
may-
ready for me, Don?
you may begin.
Thanks. It's my pleasure and honor to welcome everyone to our virtual Family of Rotary evening as we look forward to what I know will be an exciting program. No, this is not our normal 3-day district conference, of which I've made 87, which blows your mind. But what we will hear and learn is our District 7770 continues to be one of the leaders and strongest in the Rotary world. I'm David Michaud. I'm a past president of Rotary Club of Myrtle Beach, a past district governor, and past Rotary International Director, all of which means I said I'm old, and they said, no, you're just a seasoned Rotarian. Well, I'm seasoned, you can count on that. Thus, I welcome everybody, including officers of Rotary International, including our co-directors, Stephanie Erchick and Peter Kyle, our own past Rotary Vice President, Ann Matthews, and other past directors, past district governors, and future governors. The family of Rotary, a term we Rotarians have embraced for 116 years, is even more poignant as we think about Rotary year 2021. I have seen unbelievable ideas that District Governor Pauline and her team have provided we Rotarians in District 7770. I could not have accomplished what Pauline has achieved. She's amazing. The coronavirus has altered how we Rotarians achieve our service above self and fellowship that binds us together as part of the largest private service organization in the world. Nothing is more constant than change, my mother told me many, many years ago. But we have adapted to change within our Rotary structure to be in amazing fashion. Let us enjoy and learn together in our next hour or so that will stimulate us to achieve ideas and actions to help others less fortunate in our communities and in our world. With a great deal of pleasure that I introduce my dear friend, past District Governor Jimmy Williamson from the Rotary Club of Sherrall, who is this year's chair of our Council of Governors. Here's Jimmy.
Thank you, David. Let us pray. Lord, bless this gathering of fellow Rotarians today. Please help us to see those in need and give us the strength and the wisdom to serve our community as we should. Help us to lift the burdens of others while we remain committed to the ideals of Rotary. Soften our hearts to be sensitive and loving as we serve together as Rotarians. Amen. And if you will repeat after me, the Pledge of Allegiance. Got a flag coming.
No, not that one.
Nope.
Exited out of the wrong.
I should have taken a picture of the American flag that just blew off of my porch during the storm, but anyway. So let's repeat the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's my great pleasure now to introduce Terrence Harriet, who's the president of the Rotary Club of Myrtle Beach.
Thank you, Jimmy. Rotary International President Holder Knack has selected the theme Rotary Opens Opportunities for this Rotary year. In this Rotary year, of all Rotary years, we have had many challenges, but Rotary, and more specifically, this district, has turned those challenges into opportunities. opportunities to find new ways to conduct meetings, opportunities for new ways to continue outreach in our communities, and innovative ways to continue to spread the good work of Rotary. Through District Governor Pauline, opportunities like virtual happy hour and meetings like CRAP have kept us engaged and informed. Opportunities to be creative with our fundraising efforts. Rotary opens opportunities. Rotary is the opportunity for us as members to recruit new members and to make our skills, take our skill sets out into the community to make a change and to continue to do the good work of Rotary. Rotary opens opportunities. Every great challenge is an opportunity for renewal and growth. May your growth be continuous and you make opportunities out of the challenges that you face along the way. And up next is a Rotary mentor, one of my Rotary mentors. He's a past district governor. He's always a phone call away, and he never seems to say no, which I like that. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Parsons.
Thank you, Terrence. At this time, we would like to recognize the members of our family of Rotary who have passed on from 2019 through 2021. We celebrate and remember the lives of those Rotarians who've gone ahead to pave the path to the afterlife with their continued service to others. From the Rotary Club of Barnwell, John W. McHenry III. From the Rotary Club of Bluffton, Sidney Jones. From the Rotary Club of Blythewood, Wendy Broderick. From the Rotary Club of Camden, Parker Gibson, Dan Mackey, Lee Mays, Austin Sheehan. From the Rotary Club of Chapin Sunrise, Richard Keenan. From the Rotary Club of Charleston, Conrad Festa, William A. Bill Hall, Fred Sales, Robert S. Bob Adden, W. Curtis Worthington, MD. From the Rotary Club of Columbia Capital, Dr. Crawford Bud Foy, Jr. From the Rotary Club of Conway, Bill Long. From the Rotary Club of Dillon, Howard Sloan. From the Rotary Club of Eau Claire, North Columbia, Dr. Milton Kimpson. From the Rotary Club of Five Points, Columbia, Paul Allen, Mary Margaret Kendrick, Melbourne E. Mel Clark. From the Rotary Club of Florence, Fred Dubard Jr., Gene McPherson, David Pate. From the Rotary Club of Forest Acres, Columbia, Dawn Richardson. From the Rotary Club of Georgetown, James McCants, Theodore E. Gagliano, H. McRoy Skipper, Jr. From the Rotary Club of Hilton Head Island, Betty T. Falks, Blake Hampton, Ward Nelson Kirby, Paul F. Sundstrom. From the Rotary Club of Hilton Head Island Sunset, Peter Lamon, Gordon Deal. From the Rotary Club of Kingstree, Benji Rogers. From the Rotary Club of Lake City, Ted Walter. From the Rotary Club of Lexington, Marvin Hendricks, Jack Decker, Raymond Kaufman, Hampton Kaufman. From the Rotary Club of Low Country Beaufort, Bill Evans, Ron Pettit, David Perry, Bill Reese. From the Rotary Club of Monk's Corner, Michael Holcomb. From the Rotary Club of Mount Pleasant, Don Pottinger, Brian Rawl, Matt D. Matson. From the Rotary Club of Myrtle Beach, Jeff Whittington. From the Rotary Club of Myrtle Beach Sunrise, Joseph Levy, Jr. From the Rotary Club of North Myrtle Beach, Sonny Dixon. From the Rotary Club of Sea Island, Beaufort, James Jim Rowan. From the Rotary Club of St. Andrews, Charleston, Pax Darlington, Jerry Craig. From the Rotary Club of St. Andrews, Columbia, Sally Connor. From the Rotary Club of Surfside, Scott Head. If we have left out a family member from your club, please open the chat box at the bottom of your screen and enter the member's name along with your club's name. It is now my honor to introduce RI Director Stephanie Urchik. Stephanie is from the Rotary Club of Cannonsburg, Houston, South Point in Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania. She is the COO of Doctors at Work, a consulting and training company aimed at improving customer service and communication. She is a graduate of the University of Pennsylvania, has a master's degree in education from Duquesne, and a doctorate in leadership studies from Indiana University of Pennsylvania. A Rotarian since 1991, she has served in an infinite number of positions in Rotary, both nationally and internationally. Fellow Rotarians, please welcome Zones 33 and 34, 2019-2021, Rotary International Director, Stephanie Urchik.
Thank you, past District Governor David. Family of Rotary, you know, Rotary is an exceptional organization. I love Rotary as you do, and I love that we have survived the twin crises of an economic instability and a COVID pandemic. For months, headlines had predicted that 1/3 of all nonprofits would close or merge by the end of 2020, but not Rotary. Service impacts around the globe saw reduced or suspended services, but not Rotary. Jobs at organizations took a hit with pre-COVID figures far above the numbers recorded at the end of December in 2020, but not Rotary. We did the pivot and went virtual. You all know that 2 years ago, Rotary launched a new action plan, a strategic plan with 4 priorities that are meant to move our organization into a bright future. And many of you have heard me expound on those priorities: increasing our impact, expanding our reach, enhancing engagement. But it's that 4th priority, number 4, increasing our ability to adapt, that tested us to the max. And we passed with flying colors. The way we do Rotary was taken from us 14 months ago. Rotary could have shut down, but we didn't. What did Rotary do in the face of COVID-19? Well, at headquarters, Rotary International and Rotary Foundation staff were sent home on March 16th with technology, and they were asked to test whether they could do their jobs from home. By 2 days later, it was business as usual. In-person meetings became Zoom meetings. What did Rotary clubs do? Well, we embraced and learned about technology. We zigged and we zagged, and then we zoomed. We looked for ways to serve safely. Clubs, including those in your district, were sewing and/or distributing face masks. We're serving meals to first responders and then to people in need. We're delivering essentials to stay-at-home seniors, hosting webinars for the public on the virus, how it spreads and how to stop it, and calling or checking on club members to be sure everybody was safe. And of course, clubs used the over $36 million that was allocated for COVID-related grant projects by the Rotary Foundation. Our zone event, all zone meetings and trainings went virtual. As an in-person event, we would have seen 400 or 500 people gathered in Pittsburgh if we would have had our summit there. But going virtual, we had over 1,400 registrations, and with all the likes, the views, and the live streaming, over 10,000 people saw one or more segments of that institute. Now that's a public-facing event. All of this tells the world that we figured out how to connect, and we figured out how to serve. Is it perfect? Of course not. will always cling to a few of the in-life experiences that really define who we are. But these easy to use virtual tools have become the new default. We did what the world was craving and we survived. I'm sharing with you somebody else's words right now. I can't remember who wrote these, but somebody said, we don't even know how strong we are until we're forced to bring that hidden strength forward. In times of tragedy, of war, of necessity, people do amazing things. The human capacity for survival and renewal is awesome. So, family of Rotary, there has never been a better time to be a Rotarian than right now. And the world needs Rotary now more than ever as we come out of this pandemic facing something new and something different. The basic need for friends, for fellowship, and for service, along with our courage and our optimism and our idealism, is going to propel us into a thriving future, because we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change around the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. So thank you, District 7770, for continuing to be people of action and part of our survival and part of our future success. Now I'm going to turn things over to past District Governor Paula Matthews from the Rotary Club of Spring Valley, Columbia, who is also your district foundation chair. Paula?
Thank you, Director Stephanie. And thank you for your providing us opportunities to serve. And a special thank you to all of our members. Before we get to the awards, I just want to say thank you to our members who have given to the Rotary Foundation. And because of your gifts, there was given to return to our district this year, this Rotary year, $398,290. And we were allowed to spend that the way our district wants to. And I'm reporting to you that your gifts provided an additional $100,000 to Polio Plus, our #1 initiative. You also provided $25,000 to the Rotary Peace initiatives, the Rotary Peace Centers, educating people in the area of peace. And $160,000 and some change went directly to our clubs, our 77 clubs, to do good in their communities. And we are doing good because of your gifts. And so now I want to recognize, as of April 30th, 3 clubs that lead in our per capita giving. So here we go. I would like to recognize the small per capita club, Sumter Sunrise, who has their per capita is $458.74. They're always leading the way. And they have their president, George Jones. That is not the George Jones that you may know of the country music fame. And then, of course, foundation chair extraordinaire, past district governor, Kay Oldhauser Davis. And now to our medium clubs. Our medium club is Columbia Capital, and their per capita giving, get this, $1,150 per capita. Now, I think the club would agree that per capita would not have been possible had it not been for a very generous gift from past Rotarian, Dr. Crawford Bud Foy Jr. Bud was he was a great Rotarian, and when he relocated here to Columbia, he chose to join the Columbia Capital Club, where his son is also a member. And President, Columbia Capital, congratulations, Ben Carlton, and Foundation Chair, Amy Anderson. And now to our large club. Our large club this year is Daniel Island. and their per capita is $246.51. The president, Angela Drake, and their foundation chair, Rich Kepta. Thank you. And as you know, our motto, our foundation motto, and Stephanie mentioned this too, we are doing good in the world, and doing good deeds is our most glorious task. Thank you for all your gifts, and they truly are doing good in the world. And now I turn it over to Mary Gass. Mary is our district public image chair, and she comes to us from the 5 Points Club in Columbia, South Carolina. Take it away, Mary.
Thank you, Paula. Tonight I'm going to wear 3 hats, but the first hat I'm going to put on is the Public Awards, the Public Image Award hat. As Director Stephanie said, we kept moving on, we kept doing what we were supposed to do, and by golly, we did present a public image of Rotary to the public. We've been different. We've been uncertain of how we meet, when we meet, where we meet, what we look like, but clubs stepped up and continued to promote public image. So thank you to all the clubs that participated. And before I announce the winners, I would be remiss if I didn't thank the public image team. I could not have done it without the help of Terry Moore, Donald Hovis, Cynthia Giles, Brooke Vu, Patrick Quilter, and Ken Gask. So thank you all very much for serving on this committee with me. Now, we had 3 clubs that are honorable mentions. That doesn't mean that they weren't winners. It just means that they weren't as big a winners as the ones that we selected. The honorable mention clubs are Daniel Island, Myrtle Beach Club, and Columbia Capital. And by the way, I don't have slides for these because I want you to listen and not look. How is that? Now for the winners, 3rd place winner is Little River. President Paula Yanis and Rich Harrison is the public image chair. 2nd place winner is Hilton Head Island. President Dean Roberts and public image chair is Joan Simpson Player. And the 1st place winner, the best public image campaign of any of the clubs, was Charleston Rotary. Lisa Van Bergen, president, and Bob Byko, PI chair. So thank you all for submitting. Thank you all for promoting public image. So much appreciated. Now I'm going to change hats. I'm going to put on the Paul Allen 10-star hat. Most of you on here, I hope, know what the Paul Allen 10-star is, but let me tell you a little bit about Paul before I tell you about the award. Paul Allen joined the 5 Points Rotary Club in 1979. He was district governor in 93-94, was a district delegate on the RI Council of Legislation, Zone 33 Polio Plus Partners Task Force Coordinator, and served on a national immunization team to India. He and his wife, Jeannie, traveled to Rotary International conventions all over the world. Paul believed in Rotary, and he lived the ideals of Rotary. The 10-star program was named for Paul in 2016. The program has been around since 1935. And in 2018, because of failing health, Paul turned the program over to Nancy Moody and to me. And we took it and ran with it. And because of District Governor Pauline's belief in this program, she promoted it and kept it in front of the clubs. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Paul Allen 10-star is, you don't just buy one. You have to earn one. You have to earn one by participating in club activities. You have to earn one by knowing the 4-way test and different rules governing Rotary. You have to serve in different capacities, and you have to be project participation in your club. So it's club, district, and international level. You have to know a lot of information about Rotary to earn the 10-star. So with that said, this year we had 29. And I didn't think I'd have time to do this, but I do think I have time to read all the names. I'll go quickly. Barnwell Rotary, Rhonda McElveen. Bluffton Rotary, Deborah Burt. Camden Rotary, John Miller. Columbia Capital Rotary, Philip Flynn. Conway Rotary, Shannon Jordan. Eau Claire, North Columbia Rotary, Raymond Weidman. Georgetown Rotary, Angela Cole. Myrtle Beach Rotary, Donald Hovis Sr. St. John's Parish, Johns Island, Lewis Edge. Hey, Donald, can you let this gentleman in the waiting room while I'm reading these? Do you mind? Can you do that? Thank you. And then Casey West Columbia had 2 members, Patricia Lauder and Chappelle Brown Stevenson. Forest Acres Rotary had 2, Margaret Ann Ashburn and Sandy Olson. St. George Rotary, Bart Welch, Tommy Lynn Garrick. North Charleston Breakfast, 3 members, Paul McKnight, Cal McRae, Robbie Snyder. Sea Island Beaufort Rotary Club had 5 members become 10 stars this year. Troy Ward, Carol Ingram, Dr. Chuck Engel, Meredith Keene, and Bob Gross. And then the Little River Club had 6 members become Paul Allen 10 stars. Paula Yanis, Vicki Harrison, Susan Knapp, Peter Bradshaw, Diane Lees, Donna Levesque. So when you go to your meetings or even when you're out in the public, wear your pen. When someone sees that 10-star pen, they will understand that you participate in your club and that you earned it. It just didn't happen. So thank you for being 10 stars. Now I'm going to change hats again because I am going to introduce the next person. It is my pleasure to introduce the winner of the Rotary Foundation International Award for a Polio-Free World and co-chair of polio for District 7770 and a member of Hilton Head Island Club, Mr. Polio himself, past District Governor Bernie Rydell.
I'm here. There we go. Okay, well, good evening, everybody, and thank you, Mary. And you said you're wearing a lot of hats tonight. I cannot think of anybody in our district that is more suited to wearing hats than you. So that's really great. Well, it's my honor tonight, along with my co-host, co-chair, to present our End Polio Now Awards. So, Mary, would you do the honors of doing the first one?
Yeah, it's the small club, and the winner is Sumter Sunrise, George Jones III, the club president, and Kay Davis, club foundation chair. Bernie, back to you.
Yep, thank you. I would just say this, the Sumter Sunrise Club has been doing this for quite a while. It's a small club, but in 2 of the categories for the polio plus is percent of goal achieved, and as you saw before, the per capita is amazing. So congratulations, George and Kay. So now, the Medium Club of the Year, and I have to preface this because I believe this is the first time this club has made it to Medium Club. They've been a small club forever, but this year they got bumped up to the Medium Club, and well, they really accepted the challenge because, as you'll see, the Medium Club, End Polio Now Medium Club of the Year is the Rotary Club of Little River, and that's club president Paula Yanis, and this was her 2nd year as president of the club. And the club foundation chair is Marty Piano Man Richardson. If you've never been to Savannah Smiles and see Marty perform, you are missing quite a performance. So congratulations to Little River. They have been in the top all categories all year, in the top 2 categories, of polio goal achieved and per capita all year. So congratulations to the Little River Club. And Mary, I'm going to turn it back to you.
The winner of the large club is Myrtle Beach. Club President Terrence Harriet and Club Foundation Chair Jason Green.
Thank you. And in the Myrtle Beach Club, again, the three categories that we have for polio giving is percent goal achieved, total giving, of which you're number one, and polio per capita. They are in all top 5 in all 3 categories. So congratulations, Myrtle Beach. And now we have our End Polio Now Rotarian of the Year, also known as the Purple Pinky Award. And this year, this is an interesting fella. He started it off in not Pets a month ago, but Pets a year ago. He started working for us. He started working for polio. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have raised over $2,600 at Pets last year. So you're getting an idea, but there is more, but I want to introduce him first. Assistant Governor Eric Long is Rotarian of the Year and Polio Now. And I guess you can see this is a picture that is dear to my heart. This goes back to Pets, and you can see he was into it. And it was because of his motivation and getting into what he does as End Polio Now. And I think we called him the Purple Pinky Monster or something there. It was fantastic, but he went beyond that. This year, he made a major gift to the Rotary Foundation for polio. So again, I want to congratulate and I want to thank Eric Long from the Rotary Club of Myrtle Beach. Congratulations. And really, thank you to everybody, all the clubs. I got to speak at a number of clubs, probably about 20 clubs this year. Zoom has a way of making it easy to do that. And everybody works so hard in very difficult times. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, all clubs, for what you do for polio and the Rotary Foundation. And now I'm going to turn it over to Digit. Digit, are you there? I'm going to turn it over to Digit. He is our district membership chair from the big club, the Rotary Club of Charleston, the big club. Digit, take it away.
Thank you, Past District Governor Bernie. And that's the historic Rotary Club of Charleston. If you guys haven't been there, come on down and see us. Gosh, membership, what can I say? You know, we've heard it from everyone so far tonight that Rotary wasn't canceled. It's just different. And we've tried to keep that discussion going all year long and, you know, keep the membership drive, keep talking membership, keep inviting people to come to meetings, whether it's Zoom, in person, on the phone, whatever it is, we just make it happen and talk to people. And overall, we did a pretty good job. We were right around the 2.5 attrition, and in a year of unknown and people scared to leave their house and for good purpose, then, you know, I think we did a very good job. This year, in the spirit of what happened last week in the Kentucky Derby, in the Kentucky Derby spirit, we gave 3 awards for membership. We gave a winner, a place, and a show. So no further ado, the winner of the membership year with a +18 is the Rotary Club of Columbia East. And that's President James Arthur Murray and membership chair Edmund Hayward Hardy. Great job, guys. Great job. In the place with a +11 is, again, the Rotary Club of Little River. Little River's taking it away tonight. And show in third place with a +9 is the Rotary Club of Daniel Island. Congratulations to President Angela Blake Drake and membership chair Mary Jo Romeo Pappas. So congratulations, and hang on one second. I heard somewhere we were supposed to bring our favorite drink, so cheers, everybody. Here's a little bourbon on the rocks for the Kentucky Derby, win, place, and show. Congratulations, everybody. And now I want to give a special shout out to 2 ladies that keep membership going for our district. Kimberly Nolte kept up assigned prospective members coming in with leads through Rotary International, and it's just been a superstar getting those leads and getting them to the right club and making sure those members are connected to the presidents and the membership chairs. And without her, we could not make this happen with the leads from Rotary International. So Kimberly, thank you very much. And of course, we can't talk membership without Mrs. Membership, Sandy Olson, carrying the flag all over the district with Discover Rotary meetings on Zoom. I heard she did it in a phone booth somewhere. They still have phone booths. She's all over the place. So Sandy, Miss Sandy, thank you very much for what you continue to do for District 7770. And after that, cheers to everybody. And now I will pass it on to Assistant Governor Eric Long, Mr. Polio from the Rotary Club of Myrtle Beach. Take it away, Eric.
Thank you very much, Digit, and good evening, everybody. They didn't let me keep the purple wig, however, just so you know that. It is time now for us to honor the best of the best clubs. And with our Club of the Year award, one thing I will mention, a lot of people are uncertain, what's a small club and a medium and a large club? Well, a small club is 1 to 40 members. A medium club is 41 to 70. And a large club is 71 plus. In talking to District Governor Pauline, she said this was a very, very difficult decisions to make in regards to the winner of these different categories. So I'll announce the 3 clubs in the running in each category, and then I'll give you the winner. So in small clubs, it was Blythewood, Hilton Head Sunset, and Somerville Evening. And the winner, Blythewood. Congratulations. In the medium club, Columbia Capital, Forest Acres, Little River, and the winner, Forest Acres. Congratulations. And then in regards to the large club, the 3 that were up in the running, Bluffton, Daniel Island, and Mount Pleasant. And the winner, Daniel Island. So congratulations to all 9 of these clubs, but especially Blythewood, Forest Acres, and Daniel Island for doing what you do. Thank you. So now it is my opportunity to turn the meeting over to the father-son dynamic duo of Don Hovis Sr. and Donald Hovis Jr. Don Hovis Sr. is immediate past president for the Myrtle Beach Rotary Club, and his son, a tremendous volunteer, is the current president for the Myrtle Beach Chicora Rotary Club. So Donald, take it away.
As the immediate past president of the Rotary Club of Myrtle Beach.
As the current president of Chicora Rotary of Myrtle Beach and the incoming district public image chair, our family has always practiced and lived to give back in all we do.
Service above self. Are you aware that 2021 is the 110th anniversary of the founding of Service Above Self? It reminds Rotarians to think of how they help others instead of selfish thoughts. The motto originated when Paul Harris, the founder of Rotary, asked Rotarian Frank Collins to address the participants in the second annual Rotary Convention. The year was 1911.
It seems fitting and natural that my father and I would find Rotary as a way of giving back. So from our family to yours, we wish you great success and health during the upcoming Rotary year. At this time, let me introduce our guest speaker, the head football coach of the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, Mr. Jamie Chadwell. Welcome to the virtual district conference. My name is Donald Hovis Jr. of the Chicora Rotary Club here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm pleased to be out here at Coastal Carolina University out here in beautiful Conway, South Carolina.
Your sound is off. You need to put your mics on.
I'm excited about being on here today with you.
Well, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, and we'll have some fun here with this.
We better.
Right? So, Jamie, for those that are watching this that may not know a little bit about you and your coaching career, can you kind of tell us a little bit about the career of Jamie Chadwell?
Sure. I grew up in East Tennessee. That's where a real small town outside of Knoxville, and coaching was sort of my blood. My father was a high school coach. Ended up going to East Tennessee State University. Got a degree in economics, but my mom wanted me to be a business person, not a coach. But coaching was in my blood, and started coaching there as soon as I got done playing. And then in 2003. Went to Charleston Southern University as assistant, was there for 5 years, and then was fortunate to get my first head coaching job at North Greenville University in Tigerville, South Carolina. Was there 3 years, and then Delta State in Mississippi for 1 year, and then back to Charleston Southern as a head coach. Came to here at Coastal in 2017 as an assistant coach, and then got named the head coach in 2019. And it's been a whirlwind. I tell everybody, my wife, gets mad at me all the time. We have 3 children. They all been born in 3 different cities, so that tells you the way the profession of coaching. But been fortunate, and a majority of my job is being in the state of South Carolina, and it's a place that I'm passionate about and that I love. It's become home for me, and very thankful, obviously, to be here at Coastal Carolina, and coming off obviously a tremendous season that we had.
Tell the viewers a little bit about that season last year. I know you set some Sun Belt records. Conway got a lot of exposure. Coastal got a lot of exposure. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I think more than anything, that was what I was, really, I think, thankful and humble for. Obviously, we had a great season. We ended up being Sun Belt champions, highest ranked Sun Belt team in the history of the Sun Belt, which is over 20-something years. We got up to actually number 9, finished 14. Had all, 17 all-conference players and several All-Americans. We're going to have an NFL draft pick coming up. So a lot of great things on the field. But if you were paid attention at all, and you're familiar around it, just the community spirit and everybody coming together almost like a family around what we were doing this year. COVID taking away all these things, and just the world looking like it was crazy. Nobody knew what was going on. I think the one constant this year was the way we played, and everybody had a chance to rally around that. And whether you're a Coastal fan or not, I think around the country, a lot of people became Chanticleer fans because of the way our team played, and coming out of not a lot of people not knowing about us. We're wrestling in the locker room. We're doing all these different things, and it's just a tremendous, special season. But to see the notoriety brought to our university, specifically brought to Conway in our area here, game day, college game day being here, that doesn't happen typically at our place. And for that to happen, just a lot of fun, a lot of great memories, and great to be a part of. But also, really, I feel like that's hopefully it's the start of something really special that we're doing here.
And I'll tell you, for any fan out there, whether you are a Coastal fan or another fan, that game when College Game Day was here might have been the best college game of the entire season this year.
Well, I like to think so. Obviously, I think it was the best one. Obviously, we were part of it. But I agree with you. I had, after that game, now I had a lot of BYU fans mad at me, so they were sending me bad emails. But majority of thing that happened, people from around the country just say, hey, that was one of the best college games that I've ever seen. And they were just excited to watch it and thankful for, how the team played and all those things. And so I think that game, as you mentioned, whether you're a fan or not, I think it resonated with college football fans because it was the way it happened, the way it was set up 2 days in advance, all the different things that had to happen, and to go out and the game end on the 1 yard line, attack on the 1 yard line. I don't know if Hollywood could draw up or Disney could draw up a better script. And maybe me and you should actually call Disney and see if we can get us a movie.
There you go. That would be awesome.
We already got the faces for camera, so.
And you got the voice for sure. And now the hair. I'm noticing.
The hair's looking good.
Hair's looking good.
I do have a mullet. I promised our team if we won the conference championship, I probably should have a little bit more faith in them that I would get a mullet, but I'm a man of my word, so I got a mullet here the other day. My wife hadn't talked to me in 2 weeks because of it, but it'll grow out eventually.
I got you. Well, the theme of our conference this year is Family of Rotary. And that's one reason why I'm with you today is I know you're very passionate about family and your program here at Coastal Carolina. Can you just, how did that start? Where, how did family become so important?
Well, that's a great question. I think if you look back, when growing up in a household where there was a coach, he was obviously my father, but he was a father to a lot of other people that maybe didn't have one. And I think I got a good sense. I had a strong family, but I think I had a good sense of what having a coach that built his program around family meant beyond the football field. And so I think I knew that. Maybe not, as a young person actually understood it, but as I started going through and you get into college and you're around a lot of different people from different backgrounds, you see where the people that had a strong family and had a strong foundation, and then you saw young people maybe didn't, and there was difference. And I made a decision. There when I got into coaching. It's like, this has got to be more than about winning. It's got to be more than just X's and O's. It's got to be about what can we do together? What can we do as a football team to become a family and put our personal desires away and what's best for each other? And I think it started from there. And then I believe in my heart, that's a lot of reasons why the success that we've been fortunate to have and the different stops we have is because that family mandate is never left.
And it's pretty easy for a teammate or someone on the program to kind of buy into that pretty quickly. You could physically see that last year, whether you were here in person in the games or watching on TV, or seeing the things in the locker room. I think you really could notice that everybody was on the same page last year.
Yeah, and you would like to think that was easy, that a lot of people do that automatically. But I think the biggest thing being a part of a family and being in a relationship is about building trust, right? And so, I think your job as a leader, if you're trying to lead a family and you want to be a family, Rotary wants to be a part of the family, there's got to be trust among each member. And the thing that we spend a lot of time on is developing and gaining that trust and earning that trust from each other. And how you do that is being consistent. And you're consistent how you treat each other, and you're consistent in your approach, you're consistent in the accountability that you have. And I have no doubt that why I got all those positive emails and all those positive things, because people could see that through the TV, or they could man, there's something about that team. They play together. They play for each other. And I think when you're doing something for your group, for your team or whatever, that's beyond yourself, that's a common purpose. Like you have a common purpose. We have a common purpose of why we play. And I think as in an organization or a program, if you have a common purpose and you're all pushing for that, man, that's how that family becomes tight. And that's why the success has followed.
So you mentioned something I want you to kind of expand upon a little bit, is the motto of Rotary is service above self.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of what you just discussed, you talked about service above self. Am I correct?
Yeah, yes. 100%. Because I think if you're a leader and you're trying to lead right, it's about being a servant leader, right? That's the biblical example that we get. And so if you want to show others that you love them and you care for them, the best way to do that is to serve them. And how do you serve somebody? Well, in our little world, servants may be, hey, I'm going to show up on time. I'm going to go to class. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. Because why? Because I care enough for you as a teammate and I love you as part of my family. That can be something like that. It doesn't have to be, hey, I'm going to go clean this or clean that. But when you have that servant mindset and that servant leadership, you do little things necessary because you want your teammate or your brother to have success. And when you put others before you, that's what a servant leader does. Hey, I'm going to help you get to where you can go, where you want to go, because I'm going to serve you to help you do that. And I think that's in any type of team. If you have that mindset and the leaders follow that through, that's when great things can happen.
When did you first begin to put this family culture kind of coaching into your program, and where did you develop that methodology?
Well, I think the first time I tried to implement it, 2009 was my first head coaching job. And so, when you're learning as an assistant, you take from a lot of different people, good and bad. But when then you sort of take over, you try to say, hey, I've got to make this my own, right? I got to put my own stamp on it. So I think then is when I really tried to implement it from a full scale. But I think as a position coach or an individual coach, you're trying to make your little group part of that family, and you want to do things to serve them and care for them and love them, to help show them what a family type deal is. And so I think from a young standpoint, just when I first started coaching and getting into a team some type of team things, it was something that was natural, but it wasn't on a big scale, right? It was just maybe 5 guys or maybe 8 people. A lot easier to manage, right? Because you have less egos, you have less, all those different things. But I think in 2009 is really, I started saying, hey, what do I want our team to be identified as? And at the end of the day, we wanted to be identified as a team that was always together, that we were a brotherhood, that we were really a family, that no matter where you were in your life, if you were part of that program, you're always a part of that familyhood and that brotherhood. And there was things that we had to do to earn that, right? And so I think that's when it started laying down. And then as you go, you learn, right? You learn, hey, that worked, that didn't work. But at the end of the day, when I make decisions, or when I had to make decisions, I always based them off of, hey, it's going to be around these family mantra and what's best for our family. And might not be best for me at that time frame, but what's best for the overall program. And I think I started there, and as you continue to grow and you learn, you continue to add on to it, but the foundation doesn't change.
Can you talk a little bit about the difference between coaching the X and O's on the field to the coaching of family values?
Well, the X's and O's, I want to say they're easy. They're not. But most players or most people that we deal with, that's what they want, right? Because they thought, oh, this is going to help me get X, Y, Z, or help me make the best play possible. And X and O's are important. But the family piece of it is the most important, because that's what your culture, your organization is about. You might have ways you want to get there, right? Our schemes are how we're going to try to accomplish things. But at the end of the day, our culture is what makes it go. And to me, it's more challenging trying to develop that family mindset, that family culture, because you come from a different family than I did. I was raised in East Tennessee in a 22-acre farm. So our current roster here does not have a father in their life. So what does family look like? Your definition of family might be one. My definition of family might be one. Everybody's has something different. And that's the biggest challenge to coach. And so I define family as faith, attitude, mental toughness, integrity, and love. And so no matter where you come from, no matter your background, no matter how much money you have, your economic status, no matter the color of your skin, if you understand how to have faith, if you have a positive attitude, if you're mentally tough, if you're a person of integrity, and you love with your heart, then that why in family, you can be part of our family. And I believe that's a big way to, has nothing to do where you're from, but those are attributes and characteristics that you can have, and you can be part of a family. And I think that's the hardest challenge, to get people to trust into that. That's why you have to build those relationships, and it's got to be more than football. It's got to be more than the X and O piece.
Excellent. Could you repeat the faith for me one more time, and how broken down?
Yeah. So family is faith. Obviously, having faith in yourself, and faith in your team, having a positive attitude, being mentally tough when you get challenged, be able to push through those tough times, be a person of integrity, be free from deception, and then love. Love's the greatest characteristic that I believe you can have. And if you love yourself, then you can love others. And that's what develops a family type mindset. And then the why would be you. You stick into that. You have those characteristics. You can be part of our family.
The more that the family is integrated into your program, that the X and O's just somehow fall into place.
Well, I don't know if they fall into place, because you got to get guys to execute them. But I think what happens is, because if you do have that strong dynamic, if you do have that strong family built, then the people that are coming in your organization, they value that. They want to be part of that. And then the X and O's doesn't become much of a burden, where it's more, hey, I want to do this because it's going to help me grow this part of the family. I think when you don't have that, then there's challenges. But I think because you said that this is who we're going to be, the people that want to be part of our team or our organizations, they value what you value. And so the other little things, maybe they do fall in place, but it's something that, hey, I know this is going to help this family be better, and something that I'm excited about doing. You need both, no doubt. We have to be, but if you said, hey, which one do you need above the other? It's the family. It's the culture over anything. The culture, the words we use is culture beats strategy every day and any day. And so I think that's very important, that you have that good foundation. And then the people that want to be a part of it, those are the things that you need necessarily, that they are excited about doing it.
And you've said this word a lot, and it's behind us on the wall here, and it's on the back of your shirt you're wearing right now, but that word is believe. Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about believe?
I can. And if you notice this, there's no I in it, it's a one. So we took the I to believe, and our theme or mantra is one team, one family, one purpose. We are one. And the whole purpose, behind that was, before you can become a champion, before you can become a great organization, a successful organization, however you want to define it, you have to believe you can do that. And our mind is our strongest muscle, but most of the time that's our weakest one because we don't do the things necessary to train it the proper way. And so our whole job as coaches is to get young people to believe in themselves and believe in each other. And if they can believe that they are champions or they believe they're successful, then the habits that start following that will produce the results that you want. So I'm big into believing and making sure you understand that you can make things happen here. And then once you do it there, then you'll start living with discipline. You'll start doing those daily choices and creating those habits and behaviors that produce great organizations or great teams. But it all starts up there. Anytime you take over a new organization or a new team, whatever it may be, that's the hardest challenge is what do you believe and how do I help you change those beliefs and let those behaviors show what you believe in? So that's something that we'll always have. And no matter how long you're here, we had a great year, we still got to believe in each other and still believe in the mission of the team and believe in that family dynamic.
And talking about next year, we kind of close up here this afternoon is, what's the future look like for Coastal Carolina? I'm sure it's bright.
Well, we believe so. I think we scratched the surface of the type of program we can be. We obviously had a tremendous year, and nobody thought we thought we was going to be good. I don't think nobody thought we'd be, top 15, top 10, all those things. And so now that expectation, has been set. That standard has been set. Outside, there's going to be more pressure, right? More pressure to this, more pressure to that. On the inside, our expectations were we felt like we were already at that point. So now we just got to continue to climb that mountain. I think what happens is once you climb it, sometimes you settle, you take a view, you take a look and say, look what I've done. And that's the worst thing we can do. We've got to climb and remember what we did to climb it and continue to do it better. But I think we've got an opportunity here at Coastal to do some special things for a long time. It can be a tremendous place here. It's obviously an unbelievable university. It's a great location. I think we scratch the surface on what the football program can do, and we're excited about the direction it's heading.
Well, once again, thank you for taking time to be with me today and share the vision and share the family of Coastal Carolina and of Jamie Chadwell. Really do appreciate it.
I appreciate you, and I'm excited about Rotary and all the things that you do in the community and how you help our community be better.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It's my great pleasure to introduce someone who walks the talk. When she says the family Rotary, please give a warm virtual round of applause for my fellow Rotarian of Myrtle Beach Rotary Club and our district governor, Pauline Levesque.
So thank you very much. I really enjoyed that. And I want to just share with you that 3 years ago when I was selected as a district governor, Jamie was a speaker, brand new coach at a university. And he got up there and he shared how he how he would coach, right? So I looked at Don Senior, who's in my club, and I said, we got to get him for our district conference. And so he's so much a family man that his children are in sports, they're engaged, he's busy all the time. And so he wouldn't come live. He wanted to be with his family for the many commitments that the young children have. So I'm so proud of him, of what he said. I mean, so many of the virtues that we share with his beliefs. So it's not that different, right? Leadership isn't that different. We all want to work toward a common purpose and goal. And I'll tell you what I'm about to present now is that family of Rotary that really stepped up this year. Stephanie said it earlier. She's so right. Amazing things happen when things get tough. And you're just about to hear that right now. So when all the things got tough, we had our plan. You saw the awards, our traditional awards. We were nervous about, oh Lord, how are we going to be able to make this? And so I instituted some new awards that could take place during a pandemic and still do good in the world, still involve us being together somehow. self-achievement as well, because Rotary is all about that too. Don't forget, it's you grow personally, right? It's leadership training. It's a fellowship. There's so much more. So I asked, let's start with our first Be a Blessing Award. This came from actually one of our speakers at our CRAP session during Johnny's year, from the Somerville Club, talking about a project they did called Blessing Boxes. And the design of it really lent itself to being able to put together this project, keep the project going, because it was individual, bringing food to a blessing box. So here we are with the Blessing Box Awards, some snapshots from Charleston Breakfast, Goose Creek, Lake Marion Santee, Little River, and Somerville. All of these clubs and more, there are more. These are the folks that submitted their for the award. But look at this. I'm so proud of the Lake Marion Santee group. They only have like 8 members or 9 members now, but they were able to pull together this project. So you can see that a blessing box is like the little library, but it's non-perishable food and hygiene items. So along with the Feed 10 Million, they kept that up too, but also continue to feed their friends and neighbors. So congratulations to those clubs that were able to work toward this. The next one is Make Your Mark. In November and December, when the COVID numbers were so bad, and we had that break, you know, that we spend time with our family, and usually during the Rotary year, we have those couple of weeks. And I anticipated, how do we get back on track? We're so disjointed, we're hybrid, we're not, we're Zoom, we're not meeting, we are meeting, so many different things. So I said, let's get our presidents, let's get our leadership team back on their goals. Let's help them make their mark. So we did that. We had 3 months where each month we had a meeting. It was a roundtable discussion, many things we talked that they were talked about. They brought ideas, they shared their successes, they talked about their concerns. They were looking for ways to help achieve their goals. And so the folks who earned this award attended those sessions, they implemented ideas, they created a motivation, they created inspiration for the clubs to move forward and do different things that they wouldn't have thought of. And so here are the folks, the presidents that earned the Make Your Mark Governor's Challenge, District Governor's Challenge is Joni Ayako from Bluffton, Ben Carlton from Columbia Capital, Michelle Whitbeck from East Cooper Breakfast, Tony Matthews from Hilton Head Island Sunset, Pauline from Little River, and Carol Ingram from Sea Island. Now, we had much more attendance. People participated. They didn't submit for the award, but there were leaders from our district leadership team, past presidents, and our first assistant governor who did attend, Huff, A.L. Huff, Everett. She is from Area 15 as an assistant governor in Cheraw, and she completed it on her own as well. So congratulations to those who have made their mark this year, have been successful, and were able to push back the COVID. Now this one, Just Be Different. Well, what do you think that's about, right? Just be different. Rotary isn't canceled. It's just different. So how can we just be different during this COVID, right? What can we do to stay connected, honor our goals that we set of the year ahead, and engage our Rotarians and keep them connected? But oh, what a year just to be different. And these folks that you're going to see here, the Just Be Different Awards went to Blythewood, Charleston Breakfast, Columbia Capital, Forest Acres, Hilton Head Sunset, Little River, Mount Pleasant, and West Wateree Lugoff. And they've done some fantastic things. They've modified their fundraisers. Little River converted a banquet style, limited access to a location. They packed up baskets of the food and brought it to folks' homes so they could carry it out hybrid. So many great ideas. How about Blythewood? Blythewood decided to start a business, right? They started a Christmas tree business. They felt, well, it's outdoors. We can get things together. We can meet our fundraising goals. And it was a challenge. It was a whole new way for this club to think. But Blythewood was very successful in starting its Christmas business, and they added $7,500 to their scholarship fund as part of that. Many of these clubs never missed a beat. They never missed a meeting. They went from quarantine right to Zoom. And so that's one of the ways they were able to operate in a different way, right? The membership ideas, how did we get members virtually? As there are some members who didn't know our traditional format, but because these clubs were different, they reached out and were able to bring in these new members. So foundation goals have been met, all kinds of ideas about raising money for that. And these clubs are to be recognized for their just being different this year. So now we're on to the district Distinguished Service Awards. When Stephanie said they can do amazing things, I know I'm giving out a lot of awards, but they're so worthy. They're over the top. These awards are from people who, I mean, servant leadership, above leadership. And so they were innovative. They were willing to take risks. They made commitments. They sacrificed time. They worked their business in between doing these projects. And so for these reasons, there are more than one Distinguished Service Awards. But the first one goes to this group, right? CRAP. This group, Mary Gass, Donald Hovis Jr., and Terry Moore. Wow, they responded 3 days a week for most of half of the year, right? They had meetings and speakers, over 180 plus Zoom meetings, I know that, of CRAP, conversations with Rotary Action people, but not only that, people from across the globe, people from authors, cooks. I mean, there's so many different historical tours we did. So that kept our clubs connected in our district, right? For 3 days a week. That was something that people could reach out to and participate in. So congratulations to these folks. They are receiving the Distinguished Service Award for their efforts in CRAP. It's now still on. It's once a week on Mondays. They're still moving forward. We've used it for training and also for folks to join. And we have our regular attendees, and we appreciate those folks that did come often, and not to leave anyone out, I won't name them, but you all know who you are, and you helped to make this a success too. So now the next distinguished award, when you count the hours of this next award that was committed to this project, you can't even track the amount of time, right? The good being done to face COVID and tackle it, right? To be a part of the solution. It didn't wear them down. So when Rotarians are faced with issues, you have to ask, they want to take action, and you say, are you ready? These folks were. These folks are the leadership team of Rotary Ready. They have been, look at the numbers there, just till the end of April, 129,000 vaccines and arms, 1,500 Rotary volunteers, 7,300 hours. I got an email today from Bob Gross. He had an extra 500. These numbers are changing daily, right? Just $110,000 value of volunteer hours, if we were to count that, and more, because we just wanted to take a snapshot working with our partners. We help relieve those nurses and physicians that were still taking care of the sick, and help to work pilots that could show that we could do mass vaccinations. So I have to say, we say this often recently, we were ready before our partners knew they needed us. Right? We were ready before them. And that's what Rotary people do. So Bill Cannon called me. I was working on something with PDG Allen with DHEC. And I don't need to explain what happened with DHEC. We couldn't make any connections. And Bill called me, goes, I'm worrying about this thing. We got to get people, we've got to get people vaccinated. How can we do that? I said, well, I don't know. I'm trying to we have to find out if people know anyone at DHEC. How can we be a part of it? How can we be part of the solution? You know, there's a number of people who want to work together. So he pulled together of people that he knew were action people. And from that meeting, Sandra Morkel rose as a star. She had connections from her vocation. You know, she's an inspirational organizational management. She knew people within hospitals and DHEC. And so she reached out. She said, let me see what I can do. She came back to their next meeting and made connections with us. And we met with our first partner, MUSC. And after that meeting, Maureen Cannon is not related to Bill. Not that she wouldn't mind, but they're not related. But Maureen Cannon is like the superwoman of getting Rotary ready. She, just to see what she did. So when we decided we were going to help with the first pilot, we met with MUSC and they said, can you be ready by next Friday? That was 9 days away. In 9 days, Maureen set up a website, a database, volunteer strategy, and in 3 days that was ready to go. And on the 9th day, we were at our mass vaccination with over 50 volunteers. And then Bill Stevens, he is our wise sage. I go to Bill. Bill helps me write a lot of the history of what's been taking place. I thought we would want to know that for the future. How did District 7770 respond during COVID? So we have a nice historical perspective that he's written. But these folks led the way, but these folks are getting a certificate of appreciation because this is the original steering committee that led the effort of our many thousands of volunteers, our many partners throughout the district, our emergency management, mayor's offices, medical facilities. So these folks, Angela Black from Daniel Island, Mary Gask from 5 Points, you'll notice Ken's handiwork on the Rotary Ready logo, Johnny Moore from Chapin, Sunrise, Michael Mosley from North Charleston Breakfast, Mary Elizabeth Paget from Greenville. She's the district governor there. David Robert Parsons from Myrtle Beach, Mary Jo Romeo Pappas, and Paul R. Walter from Hilton Head. All were a part of steering this effort forward. So congratulations on your hard work. We're still operating. We're still using volunteers. We just brought Prisma online in the Midlands. So we've changed the way we're doing things, but we're still involved. So look more from Rotary Ready and District Ready with our new grants, which you receive information about that, our donations to India. So congratulations to this team. One more person that we have to absolutely acknowledge in a year of, I thought Blythe was brave, and they really are. But as a district, I was really concerned about our clubs being able to raise money for our charities, for our polio, for the foundation, and also for CART. And talking to a colleague of mine from this area, he said, who wants to start a golf tournament? And here he is, AJ Gallhill from Assistant Governor Area 11, North Myrtle Beach. We've talked about it for years. This is what both our businesses and our vocations are. He said, we can do it. We can do it. It's outdoors. People can come. We'll be able to have it. It won't be a problem. And so we're in it. June 11th is the inaugural Rotary National Golf Invitational. Many people helping on that. And we're sure it's going to be a big success. So AJ, thank you for your distinguished service to our district and coming up and starting a brand new district-wide event. At this time, I'm going to introduce our favorite Rotary International, past Rotary International Vice President Ann Matthews from the Columbia East Club. Ann is going to introduce our Rotarian of the Year. This is an award that is the highest honor, and I thought the highest ranking person in our district should give it. And so with that, I turn it over to Rotary International past Vice President Ann Matthews.
Thank you, Pauline. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. As Pauline said, this is the highest honor that can be given in a district. And it is an honor and award that is earned. And so tonight, I do things a little bit different than most people. So I'm going to announce who the recipients are immediately and then tell you about them. Our Rotarians of the year are Ken and Mary Gask. I think you have heard Mary several times tonight. You know that she has been involved in everything, but also her husband, Ken, has been right there with her. So what I want to do is mention just a few of the things that Ken has done, that Mary has done in the district, and then the things that they have done together. It's monumental, and I cannot mention all of them tonight, but they've done so much. I think Bernie said it earlier tonight. I don't know of anything that's major that they've not been a part of in our district since I was the governor back in 99, 2000. So Ken has been the president of the Columbia Capital Rotary Club, the club secretary, the board member, bulletin chair, member now of the Lake Murray Irmo Rotary. He designed the brochure for CART that we're familiar with, designed new member brochure, designed the brochure for the Lisa Gibbons fundraiser here in Columbia, designed the golf brochure for the Little League, designed the golf brochure for Boat Swing, on and on and on. He designed the District 7770 banner when I was the governor, and I still say that's the best looking banner in all of Rotary. It's a beautiful banner. He designed the Rotary Ready logo. He designed the purple pinky polio logo. He's on the Public Image Committee, and the list goes on and on and on. He designed the Paul Allen 10-star pen brochure certificate. He designed graphics for PDG Ann Walker's district conference and for Ken Morris's district conference and Nancy Moody's district conference. Mary has done it all also. Past president of 5 Points Rotary, board member, funds disbursement committee, bulletin chair, public image chair. And together, this is what's really significant to me. Both of them co-chaired 3 district conferences, Nancy Moody's, Mac Branham's, and Rod Funderburk's, 3 major conferences that they did everything with those. I was at those, so I know. They produced all the collateral material for each of those conferences. They co-chaired the 2018 and 2019 World Polio Day, designed all the graphics, all the materials. And you've heard tonight what Mary did with CRAP as a part of that. And they designed the CRAP logo. And they also working with the Golf Invitational Committee that Governor Pauline mentioned just then. I could go on and on and on. Another thing that Mary did, she's an ambassador for the shelter box. Let me just sum it up by saying this. You know, there's a vast difference in being, and you've heard me say this before, a real Rotarian and a resume Rotarian. Well, these 2 individuals are real Rotarian. They really have made a difference in this district. We can't measure the contributions that they have made. And you know, they never know how to say no. They don't know how to say no. I can pick up that phone and I can call Mary Gask, or I can send her an email or a text or whatever, and she's back to me within a short period of time. And I've never had her tell me no on anything. They're both very valuable. I just can't say enough nice things about them. And so let me end it by saying they have earned this recognition. Everything that's been done that's significant in this district, they've had a part in the process. So let's congratulate Mary and Ken Gass as being the Rotarians of the year, the highest honor we can give. And
Thank
so
you.
now I turn it back over to Governor Pauline.
Thank you so much, Anne. Such a worthy presentation of their talents. I mean, it's just so great, and I'm so happy. They've done so much for me this year too. So, and now we're going to move on to, you know, we don't get to be this successful and have all this activity without the support of a good, solid leadership team, right? This year, this leadership team took the challenge from me to go from, you know, I love when Ann Matthews says it. She can get away with it, but I don't think I can quite. Maybe in a few years I'll be able to. But she always says, this is the best district in the Rotary world. And I believe it, but she can get away with it. I know. So, but she can get away with saying it because look at the best Rotarians we have of the world. These are folks that made a commitment. We went from, we're good, we know we're good, but how can we continue to inspire and go to great? And they've done it. They've done it this year. Every person on this committee has played a role and never said no, never were not available, helped every person who reached out to them, every Rotarian that had to reach out to any one of these folks here, the secretary, treasurer, any of them, they were always available. So I thank them. I thank them for being servant leaders and by leading by example and serving those who depend on us to run a good district. So thank you all so much for being and serving with me this year. And at this point, I'm going to introduce our assistant district governor, one of them, Kimberly Nolte. And I want to just talk a bit about her before I finish it. But so when I started my year, my Rotary year, I had my whole schedule set out where I was going to go. And my first 2 meetings were canceled because people had COVID in July. And I started to have a mess of cancellations and rebookings. And this gal, an assistant governor, stepped up and she said, can I help? I said, you absolutely may. I had made her the team leader of the whole group of assistant governors, and she did not disappoint. And I am so honored to have her to thank all of the district governors that worked this year with us, and also to honor those who have completed their term in service. And that is Kimberly Nolte.
Oh, thank you, Pauline. You made it easy. You were such a delight to work with. And those of you that don't get one-on-one time with her, she is hilarious. It's my honor to thank the assistant governors that have served their 3-year term. I will miss you. I'm in my 2nd year, technically my 3rd year, and we have gotten, I think, close, and those who have come on, we welcome you, and those of you who are leaving, we will miss you. If you would please bear with me, we will go through. Thank you for your service, the assistant governors. First off is Area 1, Sandy Olson, who is a member of the Rotary Club of Forest Acres. As you can see, she has many clubs under her, and those of you that know Sandy know that she rocks this job. Secondly, we have Area 2, Eric Davis, a member of the Rotary Club of Vista Night. Eric has done his duty and has earned his 3-year award, if you will. Eric, we thank you for your service. Area 3 is Blunt Shepherd. I got to know Blunt a couple of times. He is also quite a character. Blunt is with the Rotary Club of Lake Marion, Irmo, and has been a big help to me as well. Area 4, Dot Yeager. She is with the Rotary Club of Bluffton. Dot also has many clubs under her, and she does a fantastic job with them. Area 5 is Whitney McDaniel. She's with the Rotary Club of Beaufort. Whitney, you're one of my faves. Love you. Area 6, we're just going to gloss over real quick because that's me. I have several clubs under me, and they are all amazing, if I do say so myself. They all work really hard, and I love them. Area 7, Rob Rossell. He is with the Rotary Club of St. Andrews, Charleston. And Rob, I won't say he keeps us on track, but he and AJ do provide the amusement when we all have to get together. Thank you, Rob. Area 8, Bill Cannon with the Rotary Club of Daniel Allen. He is serving his first year, and we appreciate him stepping up into this position. And he has been great at it. Area 9, Eric Gray with the Rotary Club of Murrells Inlet. Doing a wonderful job up there in that area. Area 10, Eric Long with the Rotary Club of Myrtle Beach. Eric, thank you for your service. You have done your 3 years and you have done it amazingly well. We will miss you. Area 11, AJ Gohill, Rotary Club of North Myrtle Beach. Another one that has done a fantastic job with his clubs and has put in his time. And I'm sure we will be able to find you on a course somewhere. Area 12, Melissa Missy Evans, Rotary Club of Sumter Palmetto. She is finishing out her first year, and we welcome her, and she is a great gal to get to know. Area 13, Joni Pinter, Rotary Club of Lake Marion, Santee. Joni has finished out her 3 years, and we appreciate her service. And I appreciate the late texts telling me that I could do it, and she's been a big help to me. Area 14, Bill Stedman, Rotary Club of Walterboro, also finishing out his 3 years. Bill has done a great job up in that area, and I'm sure that they will miss him. Area 15, Sherry Chapman, Rotary Club of Cheraw. She also has finished out her 3 years and has promised me that her upcoming AG replacement is a rock star. So I'm looking forward to working with Lois. And last but not least, Area 16, Charles Severance, Rotary Club of Florence West. Charles, you do an amazing job and we appreciate you. DG Pauline, it has been an honor working with you, and I know I will see you around. And at this time, I would like to introduce District Governor-elect Paul Walter, who is a member of the Hilton Head Island Club. Paul?
Thank you, Kimberly. On a personal note, I want to thank Pauline for her and commend her for her leadership this past year. We certainly could not have done what we've done in the district without her leadership. This is an unusual and difficult time that we've been through, and hopefully it will be looking back in the past fairly soon. She and I always say that we don't know what we don't know, and we have done a fine job in learning together, and I appreciate all that she has done for me to guide me through this past year and teaching me everything that she knows. Having been mostly a virtual district governor class, I think the year experience has been like no other. Hopefully we'll never repeat. The pandemic has had so many downsides to it. However, there's so many good things that have come out of it that we wouldn't have otherwise had. Such great experience like tonight, where, and on a regular basis, we have so many opportunities to have our Rotary District or Rotary International directors like Stephanie and Peter join us. They participated in so many of our events, and we thank them for being here. We've had Rotary National presidents and Rotary National president-elects at club events or trainings, pets. Again, we wouldn't have had this if we would not have been in this virtual environment. So it's an experience that we will like to see go, but certainly have enjoyed with regard to what we've been able to take on. The virtual or hybrid meetings are something that I would see being a part of Rotary for some time. Although I know that you're looking forward to being in person and getting back to what is the norm or was the norm, and as opposed to what has been our new normal for the past 15 months or so. So I do have to tell you a little story about, unbeknownst to either of us, when Pauline and I were planning our conferences, I didn't know what her theme was going to be, and she didn't know what mine was going to be. But so who knew what we were doing? She was planning the theme Family of Rotary, and at the same time, I'm planning the Rotary Family Reunion. So how fitting is it that we have the Family of Rotary, and we will be celebrating a little less than a year now, a Rotary Family Reunion, in which I hope to be in person, and that's what I'm planning on it being in person. And so neither of us knew this a year ago when we were planning, but how does that happen? But it did, and it's worked out as it should have. So with all that being said, we have the opportunity to connect with each other in person at the 2022 All Club Conference. The conference will be held on sunny Hilton Head Island. As I said, it doesn't rain on Hilton Head Island, maybe at night, but not during the day. And that'll be March 11th through the 13th. So put it on your calendar. Planning's going on right now as I speak for fun and fellowship at the Sonesta Resort. And I look forward to hosting you at our family reunion. But before we get to lay on the beach and enjoy our successes, together we have many miles to walk, run, or row for polio. We have buckets to fill for CART to increase our impact. Together we have Rotary Days of Service to participate within our communities, forming partnerships and asking non-Rotarians to join us to expand our reach. Together we have social media posts to post to tell our story. We have Rotary gear to wear in our communities so that we are brand ambassadors. And together we have increased our ability to adapt. We've done that, but I still think we need to continue to look within our communities to assess the current needs of the communities that we serve in and know how to serve them best. So at the end of all this, we'll be serving to change lives. And so now, once we have all this behind us, once we've done all these things together that we will do, we can then come to Hilton Head and enjoy the 2022 All Club Conference. So mark your calendars. Again, March 11th through the 13th, you will enjoy the Rotary Family Reunion. And now I'm going to turn things over to Peter Kyle, who is our Rotary International Director from Zone 33 and 34. Peter is from the Rotary Club of Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C.
Thank you, Paul. Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be with you. I love these events. This has been a fabulous evening. I love being on the panel with past Rotary International Vice President Ann Matthews. I think it was Ann who said that District 7770 is the best in the world. And if anybody should know that, it's Ann. I think Ann has probably been to more districts in the Rotary world than anybody else ever in Rotary. So Ann, I think I will go along with your judgment. Great to see David Michaud, another past Rotary International Director. David, you're another icon in the Rotary world. And a special shout out to Congressman Joe Wilson. You may ask why. Well, Joe and his Chief of Staff 15 years ago were responsible for chartering my club, the Capitol Hill Club of Washington, D.C. So thank you, Joe. You're always welcome to come back and visit us anytime. And to all the other district governors, past district governors, and leaders in Rotary, thank you for what you've done. You know, I really have enjoyed listening to the awards, the small club, the medium club, the large club, Polio Awards, Annual Fun Awards. I love the Be a Blessing Awards, Making Your Mark Awards, Just Be Different Awards, and a special shout out to Ken and Mary Gask. My goodness, when I listen to and reading of your bios, you guys are just extraordinary. And we are so blessed in Rotary to have people of your caliber, your compassion, your dedication, and the fact that you are a couple, to me, just is icing on the cake. So thank you all for a job well done. I was the district governor in 2013 and 14, and my classmate was Lou Mello, who I'm looking at now on the screen. And Lou would regale me with stories about 7770. It's the largest district in our zone. And it was always the best and the brightest and so on. Well, Lou, I have to say, I think you're probably correct. When I listen to what you've achieved, the numbers that you have in your district, the support you've given to the foundation, to polio, you guys are quite extraordinary. So thank you all for what you've done. District Governor Pauline, you've had a fabulous year. You follow, I have to say, in a long line of very capable leaders. One of the hallmarks of a successful district is consistent leadership. And you have been exemplary this year. So I congratulate you and I thank you for all that you've contributed. And I know that Paul Walter is going to be a great district governor as well. Paul, thank you for your kind comments and I wish you well for your year. We'll be working closely together. So thank you again for allowing me to provide a few remarks. Stephanie and I are a team. We love these events. We appreciate being invited. We're sorry that we can't meet you in person, but I've made a note of the Hilton Head all family get together in March of next year. And Paul, I hope that I will be able to join you. Thank you all. Have a good evening and best wishes for your continuing Rotary journeys.
Thank you so much. That's heartwarming. I'm just so impressed. I have to share. And I know those of you are going to think I'm just trying to suck up, but I'm not. Stephanie and Peter Kyle have been so available to us. They help me all the time. You know, when someone sends me a complaint about something in Rotary International should do this or that, you know, I do share it with them and they offer their advice and they offer their answers. And to have them as leaders at that high ranking level to be able to speak to a district governor, even though it's the best one in the world, is awesome, right? So when you're supported like that by servant leaders, you can do great things. And in closing, I just want to say, I want to leave you with this. This is, we're exiting the COVID, it'll be maybe months or so, but when you reflect on your year as president, or your year as a leader in your club, or as a member in the club, or at Rotary International leaders, wherever you served, do not recall this year as, oh, that COVID year. I know all of our hearts were broken on different things that we weren't able to do, people you wanted to honor, events you wanted to have, fun you wanted to have, right? And hugs, man, I love hugs, right? When you recall this year, you think about all that was accomplished and you heard tonight, right? Everything that was done, how different everyone became. They rose to the occasion. We vaccinated people. We sent money to India. We're helping them. We're helping around the globe, our neighbors next door. And what is Rotary all about? All of that and more. So your memory of this year needs to be about how we went from good to great, right? And how amazing the time that we were in was to our abilities to rise to it. So thank you all. I want you to know we're keeping the lines open for some chit chat if you want to stay on. But don't forget, there's about 56 days left in our Rotary year. So you have time to still finish meeting your goals. So have a good night. Hang on if you'd like. It's been a pleasure to be your district governor.